In April 2022, the Scottish Government's response made a commitment to consult on draft legislative provisions. Presiding Officer, the consultation paper has now been published, and as recommended by the Group, we have developed these provisions as law that specifically protects women and girls. Criminal law is usually provided for on a gender-neutral basis. However, this working group is clear that the law should reflect the fact that it is women and girls specifically who need protection from sexual harassment and misogyny, and the Scottish Government fully endorses this approach. This comprehensive response being consulted upon ensures there will be clear new specific powers to deal with situations such as where men and boys harass an individual woman or girl or a specific group of women and girls by behaving in a threatening, sexual or abusive way that is likely to cause them to experience fear, alarm, degradation, humiliation or distress, or behave in a sexual or abusive manner that causes a woman or girl to experience fear, alarm, degradation, humiliation or distress, or commit certain existing offences in a manner which is motivated by or demonstrates misogyny, or to send threatening or abusive communications invoking rape, sexual assault or disfigurement to a woman or girl or a group of women and girls, to intimidate or silence women, especially online, with the effect of discouraging women from participating in public debate, or finally uses threatening or abusive language to communicate threatening or abusive materials intending to stir up hatred of women and girls in others. And in the approach we've taken, there are some particular issues I'd like to draw attention to. While the Group recommended 4 new pieces of criminal law, we are consulting on 5. The Group proposed the creation of a new offence of public misogynistic harassment. And we've decided it was better to split this into 2 new pieces of criminal law. So we're seeking views on 2 separate offences, one of misogynistic harassment and one of misogynistic behaviour. This is because when we consider the kinds of behaviour which the Group thinks should be criminalised, we came to the view that the offence proposed by the report is seeking to criminalise 2 different forms of behaviour. The first can be described as misogynistic harassment, so behaviour that is directed at a specific woman or girl or group of women and girls, that amounts to harassment of that woman or girl or group of women and girls. And this could include, for example, shouting sexually abusive remarks to a woman in the street, using abusive language to a woman who refuses to engage in being chatted up, or rubbing up against a woman in a crowded place. The second can be described as misogynistic behaviour, which is not necessarily directed at a particular victim, but which is likely to harm those who may encounter it. And this could include, for example, watching pornography in a public place where it's quite clearly visible or audible, or having loud conversations of what should be done sexually to women in a place where others can hear. Another way in which we have adapted a Group recommendation is that while an offence of public misogynistic harassment was suggested, the offences we are consulting on can be committed in both public and private. And when it comes to considering the behaviour to be criminalised by this offence, we did not consider there was a justification for why harassment occurring in a private place, such as, for example, an office in which people work, should be treated differently from the same behaviour occurring in public. Presiding Officer, the consultation runs until June, and I would urge anyone with an interest to read it and to respond, setting out their views. If people have concerns that the provisions go too far or do not go far enough, then they have the opportunity to voice those views and to suggest amendments in response to the consultation. Presiding Officer, we consider that the Working Group's report provides clear and compelling arguments for reform of the criminal law to better enable the justice system to respond to different forms of misogynistic behaviour experienced by women and girls across Scotland. And, Presiding Officer, I would ask that the Parliament supports the motion which I move in my name.